Good evening and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League. This is Phase 2. Congratulations to Jim McEwen, who walked away with the £6,000 winner's cheque as he took Phase 1. Well, we've already had plenty of action this week in Week 1 of Phase 2, starting on Tuesday morning with Group A. 6 players in action, and it was Matthew Edgar who came out on top, winning 7 of his 10 matches. The big shock there was overnight leader on Tuesday, Jared Cole, who won 4 out of 5 matches on Tuesday, only picked up the 1 win on Tuesday and didn't even find himself in the top 3. So he had to return for this morning's session, and Group C got underway bright and early this morning at 9:30 a.m. on our YouTube channel, and it was an outstanding display over the day from Justin Smith, winning 5 from 5 and only averaging under 90 on the one occasion, and that was close to an 88 average. He was absolutely dominant. A special mention to Gary Blades, who hit 13 180s across the course of the day and only won one match. That one match was against Kurt Parry, where he averaged near on 96 and hit 5 180s in a 4-2 win. There was some fantastic stuff on display today. Well, that group will resume tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. But let's get on with the action in Group B. Our opening match this evening is James Richardson against Conor Heneghan. Will it be a St. Patrick's Day to remember for this young man? Conor Heneghan played very well over the course of Tuesday and Wednesday. But this is James Richardson, 48, from Rushton, sporting a all-new Help for Heroes shirt. And they are available. All the proceeds going towards the wonderful Help for Heroes charity, of course, at well, if you email dartsforheroes@gmail.com, send them a quick email, they will look after you.
First leg, it's James to throw first.
Incredibly,
Game
that
on.
shirt was designed by his son, Josh, who we've seen plenty of and will see plenty more of on the Live League. Let's get this one underway. Richardson
95.
with the darts. Remember, as always, all these matches, best of 7, first to 4, 2 points for a win. The top 3 from this group of 5 will join Matt Edgar in Saturday night's final. And the top 2 from Group C will make up the 6-player field.
41.
All the players in action this evening on the Challenge Tour and did attend Q School. James Richardson
100.
didn't get past stage 1, won 3 of his 6 matches. Just didn't find his form, but going along okay on the Challenge Tour. Won 10 of his 15 matches so far, currently in 37th position. Had a high of 115.62 and a running average of 84.71. Conor Heneghan won 6 of his 11 matches so far on the Challenge Tour, has a running average of 88.15. Finished 35th in the Q School of Merit with a running average of a very impressive 89.43. No previous on the Live League between these two. I'm sure they are fully aware of each other.
100. Conor, you
Gonna
require
get the 140. The ton to leave tops is not a bad second prize. Single 16 for tops for a break of throw in 15.
84. James, you require 40. Game shot on the first leg.
Mistake from Richardson.
James Richardson.
A very, very solid 16 dart holder throw to get our opening match underway. 10 matches to bring you, remember.
Second
All
leg, Conor
brought
to
to you
throw first. Game on.
live and free to air on Sporty Stuff TV. Welcome back, or welcome along if it's the first time you're joining us.
85.
We'll keep you up to speed with the Premier League, of course. The final tonight between
100.
Gary Anderson and Michael Smith. Michael Smith, the sorcerer, and his apprentice, of course.
59.
Yeah, Conor Heneghan over the 2 days of Group A averaged 85.9 at a high of 109.31 in a wonderful performance that included 3 14 darters and a 13 darter in a 4-0
100.
win. James Richardson's running average in the live league. He's competed in
91.
225 matches in the 2 years we've been doing the live league. That's a very, very impressive 89.81 running average.
85. James Rukar 170.
The break of throw is most definitely on here for James Richardson. 70 after just 4 scoring visits.
140. James Rukar 70.
That is a beautiful shot from Conor Heneghan. 140 to leave 32, but that leaves tops.
Game shot on the second
Clinical
leg.
finishing
James
there,
Richardson.
the clutch finish from James Richardson, finding tops with his final dart. 16 dart opening leg, a 15 dart break of throw in leg 2.
Leg James to throw first.
A
Game on.
2-0 lead, averaging 97 after 2 legs.
40. 180.
Paul Hinks, our referee for the night.
96.
He's in again.
81.
Yeah, that 109 average for Conor Heneghan came against
134.
Gary Blades, who averaged near 93 and only ended up with 1 dart at a double. 4 out of 5 on the doubles for Heneghan in that one.
125.
That is a PB for Conor. His previous best was 107.
85. Conor
high
Rukar
ceiling to his game.
115. 43. James Rukar 146.
Bit of a mess of that one. Needed the treble 20 to start the combination.
89. Conor Rukar
Picks off the ball
72.
to leave 57. Pressure on the 72. Single 16 leaves tops.
52. James Rukar 57.
His second dart at a double in the match. Had 1 dart in leg 1. Richardson.
47.
Oh,
Conor
say,
Rukar 20.
like his nickname, ruthless on the doubles.
Game
But
shot
a
on the
reprieve
third leg.
for Conor Heneghan, and it is a break of throw in 16 darts, and we have a game on. 2-1 to Richardson.
Fourth leg,
Here's
Conor to
Conor
throw first.
with the
Game on.
darts.
31.
That's a disaster. That's a bit of early pressure.
140.
More fluidity to the action of Richardson. It's just that over acceleration from Conor Heneghan, something that he will
13.
work on, no doubt. His career still in its infancy, of course.
140.
acceleration sometimes is a little erratic.
180.
On that occasion, there was much more fluency through the throw.
121.
Richardson this time is relentless on the lipstick. Down to a ton after 9, a possible 11 dart leg.
134. James Rukar 100.
Oh, another one of those.
Game shot on the fourth
Outstanding
leg.
finishing
James
from
Richardson.
James Richardson. Needed a ton. The 20 left 80. It looked like a good guide. I expected him to stay there with his opponent on 143. He went for it.
Fifth leg James to
picking
throw
out
first. Game on.
Tops for the 100 finish. And a 12 dart break back.
91.
Those players well over 90. 97.73 for Richardson as we start leg 5. 93.57. Well, 95.85 for Conor after the 140.
60.
Richardson was the 8 to 15 favourite for this match. 11 to 8 about Conor Heneghan.
91.
180 leaves 170.
180.
Some reply. 180, number 3. He's hit a 180 in each of the last 3 legs. Could well be all in vain.
60. Conor Heneghan 90.
85 remaining. That leaves 70.
38. James Rukar 110. 25. Conor Heneghan 52.
Well, 180s and then error-strewn visits from both. Double 10 has to go. And he's gone next door, wrong bed.
James Rukar 85.
Leaves 81. 62 remaining. Treble 10. Eventually gets there to leave a double.
52.
So it should get 2 at tops. Well, it's going to be 2 at double 16 to keep the match alive.
Game shot on the 5th leg. Conor Heneghan.
He left it late, didn't he? But it was an 18 dart break of throw. James Richardson will be kicking himself. Had that match in his hand.
6th leg Conor to throw first. Game on.
Following this one, Paul Hogan
59.
against Toni Alcinas.
60. 81. 140.
Be disappointed not to have followed it with his second dart, but recovered with dart number 3 for a 140.
81.
Effectively have stolen the darts. Can he build?
140.
Back-to-back 140s to leave 161. Back comes Heneghan.
180. James Rukar 161.
180 now in each of the last 4 legs for Conor Heneghan. Treble 17 would have left the ball.
127. Conor
34.
Heneghan 100.
Maybe he will go tops. He does. There's one of them.
Game
Oh,
shot on the
incredible
6th leg.
from Conor
Heneghan.
Heneghan, replicating the feat carried out by James Richardson in leg 4.
Seventh and final leg, James to throw first. Game on.
Anything you can do, pal.
$95.
1-1 in the Premier League final tonight between Smith and Anderson.
100.
Advantage Richardson, of course. He has the darts in this decider. They've been trading holds and breaks of throw throughout this one.
140.
140, number 7 for James Richardson. 4 180s for Heneghan. Just the
46.
2 140s. Has to be a little careful here. Yep. 4 19s will leave 170.
96.
Exactly what he's done. Every time he looks to have put the match beyond Heneghan. He finds a 180 and that's his 5th. 180s in legs 3, 4, 5, 6 and now 7.
85.
That was a loose one. Surprised he didn't opt for the ball, a treble 18 with that final dart. See in the background what he thinks about that.
95.
It's a wonderful
James,
last
you
start.
acquire 85.
55 remaining. Tops he needs for the match.
Game
Oh,
shot
that
on the
Tops
match.
took a
James
hammering
Richardson.
in that match and a wonderful start to the night's action as James Richardson closes the show with a 15 dart holder throw, 6 180s in the match, 5 in the last 5 legs for Conor Heneghan, who ends in defeat 4-3 with a 94-1-4, 97.1 and 4 from 7 on the doubles, 57.14% for James Richardson. What a start to the night. Well, let's hope the rest of the lads can follow that. Up next, it's Paul Hogan against Toni Alcinas. evening and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League, brought to you live on Sporty Stuff TV. This is Group B. Up next, match number 2, and it's Paul Hogan against Toni Alcinas. Wonderful start to the night that was. What a display James Richardson and Conor Heneghan put on for us. 6-1-80s, 2-ton finishes with double doubles. This is Paul Hogan from Dudley. Uses a 23-gram Paul Hogan custom dart. This is Toni Alcinas, 42, from Campos. Uses an 18.
First leg is Paul to throw
Bulls
first.
Dart.
Game on.
And it's Crocodile Dundee with the darts. What a first start that is.
140.
4-6 about Paul Hogan, 11-10 about Alcinas. Alcinas, of course, involved in
99.
Group A across Tuesday and Wednesday, winning 6 of his 10 matches. Finished in second
60.
position, averaged 86.26 over the 2 days, a high of 96.07, 11 180s, 32.67 on the doubling stats.
140.
Both players attended Q school. Hoagie didn't get out of stage 1 on this occasion.
85.
Won just 2 of his 5 matches. Not a bad start to Challenge Tour, winning 5 of his 10 matches, has a high of 99.68. A running average of 84.85.
128.
Alcinas in 58th position, just in front of Paul Hogan on the Challenge Tour Order of Merit.
40. Toni
58th position, 84.54. A high of 95.43. Was won 8 of his 13 matches. Double 16.
102. 26. Toni require 32.
B&B for Paul Hogan. Double 16 for Alcinas. Double 8.
Game shot on the first leg.
And it's
Toni Alcinas.
15 dart break of throw to get this one underway. Very comfortable in doing so. Made a slow start on Monday. After a couple of matches, really began to find his stride.
Like Toni to throw first. Game on. 60. 140. 96.
His best performance coming in his final match of the opening day.
180.
Paul Hogan chips in with the first max of the match. Backs the 140 up with a 180, looking to break straight back. Yeah, it was a 96.07 in a 4-2 win over Jared Cole. 2 180s and 50% on the doubles. And a checkout of 122.
100.
This is more like it from Paul Hogan. 81 after 9, a possible 11 darter. This is the kind of standard Paul Hogan
58.
has in the
All you
locker.
require 81. 45.
Must have been mixing it with the best in the business for some, got to be getting on for some 30 years.
40. All you require 36.
He's been around for as
Game
long as
shot
I
on the
can
second
remember,
leg.
and that
Paul
is
Hogan.
a wonderful response. A 180 in the leg and a 13 dart break back. We have a level game and we're back on throw.
They'd like Paul to throw first. Game on. 100.
Looks absolutely up for it tonight, does Paul Hogan. Anderson 5-4 up on Michael Smith.
121. 60.
Paul Hogan would like to roll back the ears. Gary Anderson certainly is.
180.
5-4 up, averaging 107 as Alcinas chips in with his first max of the match.
140.
And he's in there again. Well, he can fill it up to leave double 10.
140. 83. Toni requires 60.
An 11 dart leg. 121, 180, 140. His three visits in the scoring phase.
Toni Alcinas.
And it is an 11 dart breaker throw for Toni Alcinas, and he's back in front. Well, breaks a throw, usually an indication of a scrappy game. Not in this case.
Both like Toni to throw first. Game on.
Averaging 99.15.
58.
Only starts with 58. Opens the door for Paul Hogan. Congratulations to Gary Anderson, who picks up his first win in the Premier League campaign, defeating Michael Smith 6-4 in the final. Someone's been practicing
76.
on this performance. I think Paul Hogan's been putting in a few hours, throwing lovely.
180.
This would be some game if one of them could hold throw.
29. 100.
Paul Hogan now averaging 101.33. His opportunity
83.
for a
Paul
break a
require
throw
81.
and an 11 darter. We won't be going 16 ball with Alcinas back on 255.
45.
Sensibly leaves his favourite double 18.
180. Paul require 36.
180, number 4 of the match, 2 apiece.
No
was it
score.
enough just to
Toni require
plant
75.
a seed of doubt. 180 from Alcinas. Oh dear, 16 and ball. Very accomplished soft tip player. He does like a bullseye.
50. Paul require 36. Game shot on the fourth leg.
No
Paul
mistake this
Hogan.
time from Paul Hogan, and he does convert the breaker throw in 16 darts. And we're back on throw again. Can Paul Hogan hold throw in leg 5?
Fifth leg Paul to throw first. Game on.
The winning legs in this match so far. Leg 1, a 15 dart breaker throw for Toni.
60.
A 13 dart breaker throw for Paul in leg 2. An 11 dart breaker throw in leg 3. That was a 16 dart breaker throw in leg 4 for Paul Hogan. Could have been
60.
13, of course.
95. 59.
'Mentioned Paul Hogan's running average coming in
41.
to tonight's action in live league history. 85.35. He's averaging over 90 at the moment.
25. 105.
Looking likely to have our first hold of throw.
60.
Alcinas can't find a trouble. 4 scoring visits in this leg. 60, 59, 25, 60.
100.
Hogan just chipping away.
140. Paulie require 100.
Is that all a little bit too late? Double 10. Great second dart.
80. Toni require 157. 82. Paulie require
Easy last
20.
one.
Game shot on the
Paul
fifth
Hogan
leg.
steps in.
Paul Hogan.
That's the longest leg of the match. He will not care one jot. He leads 3-2 and 1 away from picking up his first 2 points of the night.
Six leg Toni to throw first. Game on.
Poor leg there for Alcinas. 18 darts thrown in the leg. Not one of them had a double. Maximum
100.
of 2 remain. He has to win them both. It'll be Paul Hogan joining James Richardson on 2 points.
100. 96. 100.
'Back tons. Another treble 20 leaves 167,
98.
which is why he started on the 18s. Back-to-back tons for Paul Hogan. Just keeping the pressure on Alcinas.
60.
Player of the
83.
group of 5 in action in our next match as Dan Reed faces James Richardson.
32. Toni require 124.
16 leaves double 8 for a level game.
108. 99. Toni requires 16.
So 2 8s to level things up.
Game shot on the sixth leg.
Eventually gets
Toni
there.
Alcinas.
It's an 18 dart hold. We had 4 breaks to throw, followed by 2 holds, and it's Paul Hogan with the big advantage of having the darts in leg 7.
7th and final leg, Paul to throw first. Game on. 45. 174.
Brilliant use of the treble 19 as cover.
60.
Can he build on that?
42.
Well, that's opened the door for Paul Hogan.
44.
Needed a big turn and only comes up with 44. 7 in front plus these. Does find a trouble with his second and third dart.
123.
Not on a finish, but nothing Paul Hogan can do to leave a finish. He can get right back in the leg though.
140.
Trouble 17 is the shot.
132.
The miscount. He's left double 15. I suppose they're all the same size.
100.
A little bit of pressure
Toni to acquire 30.
from Paul Hogan. 7 for double 4.
22.
On the wire.
Holly Ricard 112.
Double 16.
Game shot on the match.
And he's
Paul
found
Hogan.
the double 16, and Paul Hogan picks the pocket of Toni Alcinas, who went so close to the double 4. He moved the wire, but he is denied the 2 points. 86.92 the average for Paul Hogan, 88.66. Both players hitting 2 180s in the match. 3 from 12 on the doubles for Alcinas. Far more impressive 4 from 7 for Paul Hogan. Right, when we return after break, it will be Dan Reed against James Richardson. Good evening and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League, brought to you live on Sporty Stuff TV. Up next, match number 3 of 10 we're bringing you this evening, and it's Dan Reed against James Richardson. Here is Dan Reed, 26 from Thatcham, uses a 26-gram mission dart. He's made the semi-final of a challenge tour, nicknamed Dan the Man. This is Ruthless Richardson. 48 from
First
Rushden,
leg is
uses
Dan
a
to throw
25-gram
Game
Q-Sol
on.
dart. Well, Asa Zaka has gone for a Burton. If you were watching
100.
the Greyhounds around about 8:30, you'd have seen I tipped up Toni Alcinas to beat Hogan. I thought at 11 to 10 he was too big. And all but
140.
the thickness of a wire, he would have been. Alas, it was Hogan taking out an incredible 1-1-2 in the decider
81.
to deny Alcinas the win. Big fan of Dan Reed, was really impressed with how he performed on
100.
debut in Phase 1. Played 8 matches, only won 3 of the 8, and a running average of 89.37, a high of 101.11.
140.
12 180s. And my nap of the night was over 2.5 180s at evens in this one. I anticipate it going all 7 legs.
140.
If it does, looking at their stats and their frequency of 180s per legs played, it should get covered.
121. Dan, you require
Our
40.
first one in leg 1.
No score.
One.
James, you require
Dan
83.
Reed chooses to bust. Richardson on 83. 16 and ball. Wants the button.
58. Dan, you require 40.
Weight of dart was absolutely perfect.
Game shot on the first leg.
Dan Reed. Leg 1 holds eventually, not before seeing James Richardson go oh so close to that bullseye for a breaker throw, but it's 1-0.
Second leg, James to throw first. Game on. $45.
The only reason Dan Reed didn't win more of those 8 matches he played in Phase 1 was down to doubling. That can be as a Achilles heel.
135.
But in his 8 matches played, he had 12 180s. 0.26 the strike rate.
60.
James Richardson over an incredible 225 matches, 0.23, both highly impressive.
28. 140.
Both in.
140. 81. 58.
A bit of a let off there for James.
100. Daniel Ricard, 140.
Another one of those. We'll leave double 10.
120. James Ricard, 75.
Pressure on the 75, 16 and ball.
36. Daniel Ricard, 20. No score. James Ricard, 39.
What a let off that could be for James Richardson.
Game shot on the second leg. James Richardson.
Somehow, James Richardson levels this matchup with a 21 dart holder throw. Not before Dan Reed fluffed his lines. Got away with it in leg one. Didn't get away with it in leg two.
$45. $140. $100. $50. $100. $80. $60.
James Richardson got himself into a good spot to break the throw of Dan Reed.
61.
He's found the treble seven to leave 170. And Dan Reed.
140. James Ricard
140.
170.
That's 7 in 2 and a bit legs.
46. Daniel Require 56.
Tops.
Game shot on the third leg.
Tops he gets.
Dan Reed.
And it's a third consecutive holder throw, a second for Dan Reed, as he leads 2-1. Need a player who found their scoring boots.
Fourth leg, James to throw first. Game on.
It's a little erratic from both.
121.
Disastrous result this evening for Newcastle, losing 1-0 to Everton. Goodness.
60.
A goal in the
95.
My information is saying the 99th minute. Goodness.
140. 100.
The commentator's curse looks to be alive and well. After Alcinas wiring double 4 for the win to get us underway.
140.
And a 9th 140 in the match, and not 180, and we're into the fourth leg.
81. Daniel Ricard 161.
Jinxie Joe is in full flow. Couldn't tip a wheelbarrow.
65. James Ricard 104.
Double 12.
Game shot on the fourth leg.
Double 12.
James
That's
Richardson.
the best leg of the match so far. It's a 15 dart hold for James Richardson, and the first ton plus finish of the match.
Fifth leg, Dan to throw first. Game on.
We have, again, for the fourth time, a level game.
70.
Or should I say, the third time, of course. But it's the fourth hold of throw.
60. 140. 57. 100.
action in our next one against poor Hogan.
100.
Conor, the 8 to 11 favourite there. Hoagie, even money.
140.
4 and a bit legs. Dan Reed is it 8.
100. Then you require 51.
Double 10.
41.
2 well thrown darts that didn't find the target.
$32. Then you require 10.
James Richardson has to find a bit of focus and reset.
No score. James, you
Or
require 152.
Take out a second successive ton press finish. Another one of those would have left double 16.
100. Then you require 10. Game shot on the 5th leg.
He eventually
Dan Reed
gets there, and he's now 3 from 15 on the doubles, just 20%, but he's 3-2 up. James Richardson has it all to do.
6th leg, James to throw first. Game on. $100. 100.
James Richardson, of course, was involved in a
140.
7-leg thriller in his opening match and only recorded just the 180. When you look at his stats, and I've got a huge
100.
sample to go by, he is due an absolute handful.
60. 100.
See the reaction. Can't believe he didn't get at least one more in there. My apology, I think I said help for heroes. Darts for heroes, of course, is the
26.
shirt being worn by James Richardson, a massive supporter of that charity.
95. 83. Daniel require 106.
For the match. Single 6 for tops.
86. James, you require 92.
James may go ball here. 25 leaves 67. 17 and ball, and that's a good guide. Brilliant.
Game shot on the 6th
Absolutely
leg.
brilliant.
James
James Richardson
Richardson
playing the percentages on that shot. The ball would have left 42. The 25 gave him that option. And what a guide the 25
7th and final
was.
leg, Dan to throw first. Game on.
So one match start has come and gone for Dan Reed.
60. 81.
Third consecutive match. We're going all the way.
60.
A very evenly matched group of 5 this evening.
55. 60. 140.
140, number 13 in the match. 8-5 in favour of this man, Dan Reed.
44.
Who is now in a spot of bother. 6 consecutive holds a throw in the match.
55.
James Richardson gone over the line 4-3 against Conor Heneghan. Is he going to do the same against Dan Reed? Looks
43.
like it.
James will require 170. 90.
Just missing the treble 10.
140. James will require 80.
That's a high risk strategy.
40. Daniel require 94.
May see another bull shot here. He's gone aggressive, giving himself 2 at tops. Double 10.
Game shot on the match.
His
Dan Reed.
doubling suggested that that double 10 or the tops wouldn't find the target, but they did. An average of 83.58. And James Richardson is denied 2 from 2 as Dan Reed makes it 1 from 1. When we come back, it's Conor Heneghan against Paul Hogan. Good evening and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League, brought to you on Sporty Stuff TV. Up next, a real contrast in styles as Conor Heneghan takes on Paul Hogan. This is our fourth match of 10 in the opening stages of this Group B. Here is Conor Heneghan, 23, from Roundful, uses a 21-gram unicorn dart, a former WDF Europe Cup winner. 58-year-old Paul Hogan from Dudley, 3 times a BDO quarter-finalist. And there's an update of the table. Everybody had at least one match now. James Richardson with 2. And it's just Conor Heneghan and Toni Alcinas, both with
First leg is Conor to throw first.
And both defeated
Game on.
by the narrowest of margins, 4-3.
140. 60.
Hogan, of course, coming through 4-3 himself.
96.
Against Alcinas, after Alcinas missing a double 15 and put one on the wire of double 4.
140.
Hogan averaged 86.92 in that win. 2 180s, but very impressive on the doubling.
171.
4 out of 7. And won it with 112 as Conor Heneghan pops in a 171.
100. Can he require 94?
Not scared to use all of the board. Trouble 13's the shot.
62.
He's double 16.
105. Can he require 32? 24. Paul, you require 96.
For a steal. And a break of throw. He went for the double 18 top strat.
25. Can he require 8? 4. Paul, you require 71.
Double trouble for Heneghan.
$53. Conor, you require 4.
Paul Hogan.
Game shot on the first leg. Conor Heneghan.
Eventually, Conor Heneghan finds the required double and does hold throw 1-0.
Second leg, Paul to throw first. Game on. $123.
Hogan, of course, will be in action in just over 15 days' time at the WDF World Championships at Lakeside.
59.
He'll be facing Justin Thompson.
40. 180.
Conor pops in a 180 along with the 171 in leg 1.
68.
James Richardson, of course,
40.
also will be in that WDF World Championships facing Sebastian Stair.
60.
Phase 1 winner Jim McEwen will be playing Landon Gardiner. Jared Cole will be facing Martin Adams.
95.
live league regulars in action.
$60. Conor Heneghan 127.
127 to double his lead. Ball.
102. Conor Heneghan 150. $94. Conor Heneghan 25. Game shot on the second leg. Conor Heneghan.
Heneghan finds the double 8 with his final dart for a breaker throw, and he does double his lead. He's all over this one right now. 2-0.
Third leg Conor to throw first. Game on.
European qualifiers tomorrow up in Barnsley for the PDC.
42.
And it is the return of the Pro Tour Saturday and Sunday.
100.
Good luck to all the players involved.
95.
A lot of live league players who secured tour cards. Very close will be in action.
92. 100. 85. Paul Heneghan 161. 137. 133. Paul Heneghan 24.
For the break back. 24 after 12.
Game shot on the third leg. Paul Hogan.
Pops for Paul Hogan. And it is the breaker throw, and he's back in this contest. Has the darts in leg 4 to level things up.
Fourth leg Paul to throw first.
First leg of the
Game
match
on.
so far.
$140.
Paul Hogan warming to the task.
100.
Did produce some fabulous stuff at times against Alcinas.
108.
Here and now against Conor Heneghan.
93.
He's absolutely flying.
145.
Possible 10 dart leg. We've had a couple of 11s over the course of the last 3 days, but
138. Paul Heneghan 36.
double 18, double 9. He's going to split. Double 8.
20. Conor Heneghan 170. 50. Paul Heneghan 16. 'Game shot on the fourth leg.
Level
Paul
terms,
Hogan.
back-to-back legs for Paul Hogan. Only 27 darts used in the process. A holder throw followed by a 14 dart break.
Fifth leg Conor to throw first. Game on.
Or should I say a breaker throw followed by a 14 dart hold.
50.
music to Paul Hogan's ears. Only 50 from Heneghan. And he doesn't
26.
punish. Half a crown, 2 and 6.
60. 81.
See the confusion and frustration etched over the face of
60.
Paul Hogan for 2 legs, averaging around about 110.
125.
And follows it with 26.81, 125. Just the nature of the game, fine margins.
41.
Oh, that was just a really poorly thrown dart. Paul Hogan looking good for 3 on the spin.
43. 85.
As I mentioned before, that real aggressive acceleration through the release for Conor Heneghan. The timing has
60.
to be perfect, or he will get a few wayward ones.
97. 92. Connie Rukar 108.
Could be 19s. 4 of them leave double 16. Cancel that. That leaves 48. So 74 for Paul Hogan.
Rukar 74.
Can he go 3-2 up after training? 2-0. Yeah, that was a bit close, Paul.
34.
That
Connie
was
Rukar
close to the
32.
tops. Conor Heneghan 32 to halt the comeback.
No score. Paul Rukar 40.
Should be a perfect guide.
Game shot on the 5th leg. Paul Hogan.
Actually gets there. It wasn't a pretty leg. A 24 dart break of throw for Paul Hogan, but that is 3 on the spin, and he's 1 away. And more good news, he has the darts.
6th
in
leg
the
Paul to
6th.
throw first. Game on.
Thing
140.
you know about Paul Hogan, he will just stick in there and grind if he needs to. It's a wonderful quality.
40. 140.
To back 140 is a perfect example of the 2 elements to an all-round game from Paul Hogan.
135.
The disappointment of a very ordinary leg 5 of just been put to the back of his mind.
135.
Don't quite understand the 45 route. I think he thought he needed 81.
83. Paul Rukar 86.
That leaves double 16. Double 8 for a 12 dart hold and a 4-2 win.
70.
As you could just see from that shot, the head moves quite a
47.
lot on release
Paul
because of
Rukar
that
16.
acceleration.
Game shot on the match.
And
Paul Hogan.
well, 3 of the last 4 legs were of the highest quality. But the 4 legs were 1 in 13, 14, The iffy one in 24 and then a 14 to win it. An end average of 87.09, 1,180 apiece, 6 140s for poor Hogan, 10 misstarts at a double. Right, when we come back, we'll reach the halfway stage. Match number 5, Alcinas versus Dan Reed. Good evening and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League, brought to you on Sporty Stuff TV. This is Group B. Up next, match number 5, and it's Toni Alcinas up against Dan Reed. Really closely contested group this evening. We've played a possible 27 of 28 legs. Here is Dan Reed, 26 from Thatcham. won his opening game against
First leg, it's Toni to throw
James
first.
Richardson,
Game on.
4-3. Alcinas went down 4-3 to Paul Hogan.
137.
Missing match darts, multiple match darts. At the end of this game, all the players will have completed 2 cycles of matches.
97.
Now on top is Paul Hogan, 4 points plus 3.
60.
A chance for Dan Reed to join him. On 4 points.
60. $180.
Maybe Toni Alcinas has other ideas.
140. Toni Alcinas 124.
Time on his side. I don't understand that.
54.
He could have gone the 18s route there and had 2 bites at the cherry at treble 18. 4 18s would have left 32 from 104, of course.
60. Toni Alcinas 70.
He's left himself 70. Tops.
Game shot on the first leg.
When you can do
Toni
that,
Alcinas.
it matters not. And that's a 14 dart hold, including a 180 for Alcinas. An early advantage goes to the man from Spain.
Second leg, Dan to throw first. Game on. $140.
From Campos in Mallorca.
140. $180.
Reed eventually finds a 180 after around about 11 140s.
125.
My apologies, that was his. He's at 10.
97.
No, he has had 11 140s and 180.
58. Daniel
Possible.
require 84.
11 dart leg. 40, 180, 97. Tops for a 12.
44. $140. Daniel require 40. Game shot on the second leg. Dan Reed.
Dan Reed eventually finds double 5 for a 15 dart hold. We have a level game. Good standard so far.
Third leg,
Two
Toni to throw
very
first. Game on.
Convincing holds of throw.
$95. $60. $60. $81.
Alcinas, of course, reached the last 16 of the
59.
World Championships back in 2018. Beating Cristo Reyes,
100.
then Kevin Munch, before losing out to Darren Webster.
177. 44. Toni Alcinas 110. 62. 100. Toni Alcinas 48.
In my head that he
Game shot on the third leg.
beat Peter
Toni
Wright somewhere
Alcinas.
along the line. I will check that out. Maybe it's just a figment of my imagination. What's not a figment of my imagination is a 2-1 lead for Alcinas.
Fourth leg down to throw first. Game on.
Another solid hold.
$140. 85. 45. 140. 139.
Alcinas did
47.
defeat Peter Wright in the World Championships. The round of 64. 3 sets to 1.
99.
Big upset. I knew it was planted in the mind somewhere. That was his first win after 8 consecutive defeats.
139. Daniel requires 78.
World champion.
Game shot on the fourth leg.
Dan Reid
Reid
finds the double 12 off of 78 for a 4th consecutive hold of throw in this match. 2-2, nothing in it.
Fifth leg Toni to throw first. Game on.
Winning legs in the match for Alcinas, 14 and 17, 15 and 14
60.
for Dan Reid.
96. 125. 180. 97.
Number 2 for Dan Reid.
100.
Making up for my nap in that match. Reid versus Richardson, where I went over 2.5 at evens.
139. Daniel Carl 125.
Maroney in leg 5. Tops for a beauty.
Come on. Game shot on the fifth
what
leg.
A
Dan
finish.
Reid.
That was 305. Sorry, 225 in 6 darts. The 180 followed the ton, and then 25,
Six leg
60
down to
tops
throw first.
for a
Game on.
12 dart breaker throw and a 3-2 lead.
$77.
Highest finish of the night so far.
$99.
Alcinas, remember, denied the win in his opening match
85.
against Hogan by a ton plus finish, 112 on that occasion. Paul Hogan.
97. 140. 58. 59. 80. Daniel Carr 140. Game shot on the match, Dan Reed.
What a lovely finish that was from Dan Reed. 125 backed up with a 140 out and back-to-back legs. Well, it was 3 on the spin, a 14 dart hold, followed by a 12, followed by a 15 with the 140 out and an end average of 99.25. Alcinas 90.91 in defeat. A real high quality affair. Right, on to match number 6 after the break. James Richardson takes on Paul Hogan. Good evening and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League for match number 6 of 10. We're bringing you this evening in Group B, and it is James Richardson against Paul Hogan. Well, Dan Reed was part of Aces Acker. I tipped him up at 5-6 to beat Toni Alcinas, and he did it in some style. Well, something of interest in this one. Paul Hogan is at least won 180 in each of his 2 matches tonight. He's priced up at 11-10 over 0.5, so 1 or more. Richardson, the
First leg is James to throw
1-2 favourite to win the match.
On.
Hogan 6-4.
$140.
Confirmation of that brief
60.
look at the table. Paul Hogan on 4 points plus 3 with Dan Reed. James Richardson
80.
on 1 win, no leg difference. Conor and Toni both without a win and both on -3. A bit of live league previous between the two. They've
121.
met in phase 1 phase 6 in 2021.
100. James Hogan 160.
Both matches by the same scoreline, 4-3. That makes the
60.
180 bet a little bit more attractive if this one's got legs in it.
$140. James Hogan 100.
To hold. Didn't go tops. Maybe
30.
he was just caught
Paul
in 2
Hogan
lines there.
160. $100. James Hogan 70.
Lost a flight. No drama. 20 and tops for Richardson.
Game shot on the
Dart
first
had
leg.
to move left
James Richardson.
to change the angle. As you can see there, moved across a good few inches.
Second leg, Paul to throw
tops.
first. Game on.
Hold a throw coming in 18 darts.
60. 81. 140. 57.
My other fancy for the night was he's coming up in match number 8.
60.
That was Reed. He was priced up at either money to beat Paul Hogan a little earlier.
81.
I was just going on the basis of those running averages. He's still even money. Dan Reed for that one.
180.
There you go. Well done if you followed me on that. The 11-10 shot.
45. Paul Hogan 61.
With the 1 max required. Double 18. Should be a good guide.
Game
And
shot on the
is.
second leg. Paul Hogan.
The 15 dart hold, a 61 checkout after the max. And Paul Hogan levels things up, 1 apiece.
Third leg, James to throw first. Game on. 57.
The reason I fancied reading that one, the fact is some 5 points difference in their live league running averages.
100. 100. 55. 121. 45. 79.
James Richardson is trying to pick up the pace.
100. James require 144.
Time on his side in leg 3.
96. 130. James require 48. 28. Paul requires
There's a good
71.
bit of pressure from Paul Hogan. Double 10.
Game shot on the third leg.
That's a
Paul
beauty.
Hogan.
That's back-to-back legs. Clinical on the outer wire right now. Paul Hogan leads 2-1 with a breaker throw.
Fourth leg, Paul to throw first. Game on. One 140.
Hogan, of course, unbeaten so far this evening. 2 from 2.
57. 121. 140. 100. 78. Paul require 140.
Paul Hogan averaging 97 right now. 80 left.
100.
Tops after 12.
140. Paul require 40.
Just in case. He's 2 from 3 on the doubles. Make it
Game shot on the
3
fourth leg.
from 5.
Paul Hogan.
Paul Hogan in a commanding position. That's 3 consecutive legs for Paul Hogan in 15, 17 and 14.
Fifth leg, James to throw first. Game on.
Maintaining that mid-90s average.
100. 100. 57. 100.
Hogan playing well within himself, looking comfortable.
140. 95.
Just the 180 so far.
140.
An absolute rake. 140s.
100. James, you require 64. 24. Hold your car, 106.
Hogan to get it done 4-1. Wouldn't put it past him. Double 16. Beautiful.
Game shot on the match.
Absolutely stunning darts, and 4 on the spin in 15, 17, 14 and 15. An end average of 96.51. 4 out of 6 on the doubles this time, 66.67%. And he goes clear top, 3 from 3 with 1 to go. When we come back, it will be Conor Heneghan against Toni Alcinas. Good evening and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League as we approach the midnight hour. Up next it is Conor Heneghan against Toni Alcinas. Confirmation of that win for Paul Hogan, taking him to 3 from 3. Well, as you can see at the foot of the table, Conor and Toni both with an O, or one of them's got to go.
First leg is Conor to throw first.
Pick up their first win.
Game on.
Who will it be? Well, the odds compilers think it will be Conor Heneghan. He's 8 to 11.
100.
Alcinas, even money.
$45. $55. $140. $96.
Conor Heneghan, incredibly 5 180s in his opening match, a 4-3 defeat to Richardson.
140.
That's a max, I think.
180.
It is. It was tight. And in his next match, Conor Heneghan had the 180. Well, he's
55. Toni
47
Alcinas 136.
over 0.5 in this one.
$96. $85. Toni Alcinas
just
40.
strayed into the treble 3.
Game shot on the first leg. Toni
A very,
Alcinas.
very tidy 13 dart breaker throw to get this match underway, including a 180.
Second leg,
This is
Toni to throw
match number
first. Game on.
7 of 10.
$99. $140.
Very nearly obliged.
$100.
Loads of room. Oh,
140.
how has that not gone in?
$58.
That was harder to miss than hit.
$93.
Good response. Down to 128 after 9 on the Alcinas throw.
98. Conor Heneghan 128.
Trouble 20 with the left ball.
92.
Oh, super last start.
Conor Heneghan
To leave
146.
36 after 12. It was the 13 dart breaker throw in leg 1. He's got an opportunity to hit a 13 dart breaker throw. To hit
100.
straight back
Conor
in leg
Heneghan
2.
36. Game shot on the second leg.
Does
Conor
exactly
Heneghan.
that. And Conor Heneghan levels things up in the blink of an eye. One apiece.
Third leg, Conor to throw first. Game on.
Trading 13 dart legs.
140. $100. 58. $99. 99.
Started on the 19s there. 7 of them would have left 170. The blocker, and he returned to the treble 20, and 2 would have left 164.
111. 140. 54. Conor requires 64.
Double 8. Double 4, other side of the board.
56. Toni Alcinas 137. 97.
Top, so a bit of pressure on the double 4. Double 2.
Game shot on the third leg.
To chase them
Conor
around.
Heneghan.
But it's back-to-back legs for Conor Heneghan, and he leads for the first time, 2-1.
Fourth leg Toni to throw first. Game on. $90. 180.
Cooney does oblige in the end for the 4-7 shot.
$99. 125.
Backs up the max with a 125. We know this young man has gears. We've seen it this week already with that
59.
109.31 average.
$58. 97. Conor Heneghan 138. $98. Toni Alcinas 156.
After 12, 156 for Alcinas, 2 treble 20s, and double 18. There's one of them. There's the other.
120. Conor Heneghan 40. Game shot on the fourth leg. Conor Heneghan.
His second 13 dart leg. Went 1-0 down. The response 13-17-13, and he's 1 away from picking up his first win of the night.
Conor to throw first. Game on.
And he has the darts.
180.
Pops in his second max.
$100. 180.
For the first time this week, he is on the 9.
100. Conor Heneghan 141.
Oh, needed the treble 19 for double 12. He can't believe it.
94.
Possible.
100. Conor
darter
Heneghan 47.
to win it in some style. He's averaging 105 right now.
12.
Oh, that's a wild one. He was beginning to think.
$44. Conor Heneghan
3 for
35.
double 16.
$19. Toni Alcinas 157.
Narrowly misses the tops from
Conor
a
Heneghan
157.
16.
Went oh so close to the 156. Double 4. He's chasing him around again.
12. Toni Alcinas 20.
If he would have hit tops, it would have been an average of 105 and a 4-1 win. His average is now down to 94 and change as Alcinas edges closer.
No score. Conor Heneghan 4. No score.
Remarkable,
Toni
isn't it?
Alcinas 20.
How on earth are none of those in? They're both at it.
No score. Conor Heneghan 4.
Two ones.
Game shot on the match.
Eventually
Conor Heneghan.
gets over the line in a leg where he was 7 deep into the 9 and ends up with an average of 88.47. 14 missed darts at a double in the end, but 3 180s. Right, up next, match number 8, and it's Dan Reed against Paul Hogan. welcome back to the Online Darts Live League for match number 8 of 10 in the opening stages of this Group B, and it's Paul Hogan up against Dan Reed. Confirmation of the win there for Conor, and he moves into 3rd position. It's just Alcinas without the win. This is the final game of the night for Paul Hogan. Can he make it 4 from 4? Or can Dan Reed join him on 6 points?
First leg, it's Paul to throw
Players
first.
highly impressive.
Game on.
Last time out, Paul Hogan winning 4-1 against James Richardson with a 96.51. 4 out of 6 on the doubles, a high finish of 106.
85.
Dan Reed beating Alcinas 4-2 with a 99.25. 2 180s, 4 out of 7 on the doubles, and finishes on 125 and 140. Back-to-back finishes, of course. The 140 to win it.
180.
Paul Hogan back in the lipstick.
85.
180 in each of his matches.
$59. 100. 47.
That's left the door ajar for Dan Reed to find something special. 140 leaves 36.
140. Paul Lucar 130.
Just needs one treble 20 to get a dart at the ball. 2 treble 20s leaves double 5. Wants the ball.
92. Dan, you require 36.
Bust right away. Double 9.
27. Paul require 38.
3 darts for the break. 6 for double 16.
6. Dan, you require 9.
Double 4.
Game shot on the first
Gets it
leg.
this time.
Dan Reed.
Despite the max from Paul Hogan, it's a 17 dart breaker throw in leg 1. Advantage Dan Reed.
Second leg, Dan to throw first. Game on. $135. 100.
Still have 2 remaining matches. Alcinas
45.
against Richardson, and our final match, Dan Reed against Conor Heneghan.
$100. 60. 100.
60 behind here. Reed with the darts. That's taking care of that. Now he's 60 in front.
180. 100. Dan, you require 81.
Treble 19, double 12 for 2-0. There's the treble 19.
57. Paul Ricard 101.
9 or 5 for double 18.
Game shot on the second leg.
He just sits
Paul
in
Hogan.
and waits for those opportunities. Yet another ton plus finish for Paul Hogan. And it's Dan Reed's turn to hit a
Third leg
max
Paul to
and
throw
lose the leg.
first. Game on. $140.
How quick this sport can turn on a sixpence.
125.
Dan Reed, 2 darts at double 12 to be in
80.
control of the match.
$140.
Battling to not go 2-1 down.
100.
Real nice pace to the game.
$58. $100. $138. Paul requires
is it?
81.
But when you get a go, there's the 45. Oh, that's so close. It moved the wire.
Game shot on the third leg.
Used
Paul
that
Hogan.
dart absolutely perfectly there. A 12 dart leg for Paul Hogan.
Fourth leg down
My
to throw
apologies.
first. Game on.
It was actually a 15.
$100.
And our first hole to throw.
$60. $100. $85. $45. $140.
Great clutch finishing from Paul Hogan to win back-to-back legs.
38.
The 101 followed by the 81. Back-to-back 15 dart legs.
45. $94.
Should be treble 17 for tops.
131. Daniel Carr 124.
He wants the ball.
Come on.
Oh,
Game shot
what
on
a
the fourth
finish for
leg.
Dan Reed.
Dan Reed.
2 darts in hand. He can't find the finish, but he takes out the 1-2-4 on the ball. Tremendous stuff from both.
Just like Paul to throw first. Game on. $96. $81. $60. 59. 60.
Both players coming up with troubleless visits there. Dan Reed is back in the red bit.
140.
Very nearly a second 180.
85. 100.
This one is finally in the balance.
60. Daniel Carr
60.
121.
14.
107. Paul Carr 140.
Nearly back-to-back ton plus finishes. Is it going to be a second ton plus finish for Paul Hogan? Did take out 101. He wants another one of those. Oh, that's absolutely tremendous from Paul Hogan, and yet again breaks the heart of Dan Reed.
6 leg Dan to throw first. Game on.
We've seen the top stops this evening. That will be an absolute sickener. Darts
60.
in leg 2. Darts in leg 5.
95.
Doesn't matter what's been thrown at him this evening. Paul Hogan has just
60.
found a way to win. It looks to be the case in this one. Just managed to ride out a storm.
41.
Taking out finishes of 101, 81 and 140.
81. 55. 100.
Needed that final dart, that's for sure. He's got to try and force Paul Hogan into a decider.
98.
That's a poor shot, wouldn't have left a finish. The 140 would have left 170.
45. 40. Daniel Carr 155. 139.
He's left double 8. Can he convert?
40. Daniel Carr 16. 12. Paul Carr 132.
82 left. He can go 42 tops. Surely not. Yeah, it's definitely in. For a third ton plus finish.
112. Daniel Carr 4.
His heart would have been in his mouth there, Dan Reed. Oh, and he stuck it right on the wire. How much of that can he see? Enough. Tall enough to work around that dart, and we do go to a decider, not before Paul Hogan's wire tops for 132.
7th and final leg, Paul to throw first. Game on.
2 breaks a throw, followed by 4 holds, and We're into
45.
the 7th and deciding leg.
100.
Reed's missed 10 darts at a double in this match.
140. 140.
Great reply.
100. 91.
Often compare other sportsmen to other sportsmen, and if I was comparing Paul Hogan to one, it would be someone like Cliff Thorburn, an absolute grinder.
100. Daniel Carr, 170.
Really? Oh, needed the second treble 20 for a dart at the ball. It wouldn't surprise me. Nothing
Paul
would at this stage.
116.
So 65 for Dan
60.
Reed.
Daniel requires 65.
Isn't that just the way? That just about sums up his night.
61. Paul requires
Dear,
56.
oh dear, oh dear. I do not know how he's not won this one. Just know this is going in. Oh, I can't.
47. Daniel require 4.
Oh, it was written in the stars for Paul Hogan.
Game shot on the
It
match.
is Dan Reed.
Dan Reed.
Finds the double 2, a 17 dart breaker throw in the 7th and deciding leg. 87.92 the average for Reed, 85.15 for Paul Hogan. 9.180s in the match, 5-4 in favour of Reed. When we come back, it'll be our penultimate game of this session, and it is Toni Alcinas against James Richardson. Good morning and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League, brought to you on Sporty Stuff TV. Our penultimate game of Group B up next, and it's Toni Alcinas against James Richardson. Confirmation of the win there for Dan Reid, denying Paul Hogan 4 from 4. Dan Reid will face Conor Heneghan in our final game of the night. A chance for James Richardson.
First leg, it's Toni to throw first.
To make it 2 from 4.
Game on.
For Alcinas, incredibly, to pick up his first win of the session. 0 points so far for Alcinas.
58. $134.
Poor strike rate from my picks
45.
for the night. I had Alcinas to beat Hogan. He had multiple darts to win that one. Dan Reid
100.
Toni, he duly obliged at 5 to 6, and Dan Reid to defeat Hogan at even money. He duly obliged.
140.
Favourite pick of the night, my nap, was Richardson v Reid over 2.5 180s. Well, it went all the way, of course,
180.
that match, and there wasn't a 180 in sight. There was about 14 140s, but in fact, I think it was 15 140s.
65. James, you require 87.
We had a couple in running, didn't we? And even money, a 4 to 7 shot, a 5 to 4. All in all, not a bad
47.
night at the office. Not a bad night at the office for Dan Reid, who's 3 from 3, and not a bad night for Paul Hogan, who is in a good position
97.
to qualify
James, you
for
require
Saturday night's
40.
final.
Game shot on the first leg. James Richardson.
James Richardson, courtesy of a 180, a 13 dart breaker throw, gets this match underway.
Second leg, James to throw first. Game on. $60. $85. $57. $60.
Action will resume, of course,
140.
tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. on our Online Darts YouTube channel.
140.
These two have a bit of previous, dating all the way back to the UK Open in 2017. James Richardson winning that one
140.
6-4. And then they played in Players' Championship 14 in 2018 in the last 32. Alcinas winning 6-5.
46. James, you require 104. $56. Toni require 170. $105. James require 48.
For 2-0.
Game
Pops
shot
it.
on the second leg.
Keeps
James
his average
Richardson.
over 100. Backs up the breaker throw with a 17 dart hold. 30 darts used in the opening 2 legs for James Richardson.
Third leg, Toni to throw first. Game on. $140. 140.
Super reply.
134. 140.
Not giving Alcinas a spot to breathe at the moment.
57. 100. Toni Alcinas 170.
Had some fabulous finishes
105.
tonight.
James Alcinas 121.
Those two finishes, one from Richardson and Conor Heneghan on the tops off the turn.
96.
Just
Toni
missed the ball.
Alcinas
We had that
65.
incredible one, of course, from Paul Hogan, 60 tops for 140.
Game shot on the third leg. Toni Alcinas.
Alcinas eventually gets a leg on the board, not before seeing James Richardson graze the ball wire for 3-0. It's 2-1.
Fourth leg James to throw first. Game on.
105.57 the average after 3 legs
57.
for James Richardson.
95. 100. 84. 100. 140.
Grafting hard now, Alcinas.
64.
2 visits to get rid of 182 for a level
132.
game.
140. Toni requires
Pressure
50.
From James Richardson. 10 for tops for Toni.
Game shot on the
Pins it.
fourth leg. Toni
Back to
Alcinas.
back, 14 dart legs for Alcinas, a 13 and a 17 to win legs 1 and 2 for Richardson. The response has been a good one. 2-2 back on throw.
Fifth leg Toni to throw first. Game on. 57. 40. 97. 180.
Welcome back. That's his second of the match. His first since the opening leg.
180.
What a reply.
100. Toni Alcinas 167. 55. 90. Toni Alcinas 112.
For 3 on the spin. 100. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 112. 1 finish.
38. James, you require 91.
Tops.
71. Toni requires 74.
Harsh. 20 and tops.
Game shot on the fifth leg.
It is
Toni
3 on
Alcinas.
the spin for Toni Alcinas. 14, 14 and 18 darts. Not before. James Richardson.
Sixth leg, James to throw first. Game on.
2 at tops for a breaker throw and a 3-2 lead himself.
140. $99. 180.
It's his third of the match. Leads the 180 column 3-1.
59. 64. 140. James McCall 117.
Single 17 for tops for a level game and a 12 dart leg. Outstanding.
Game shot on the sixth leg. James
Absolutely
Richardson.
Outstanding from James Richardson. For the first time this evening, we go to a sudden death leg.
Seventh and final leg, Toni to throw first. Game on.
104.32, 11 points higher the average for Richardson over Alcinas.
60. 100. 78. 58. 80. 140. 99. 45.
You can read his lips, he said rubbish.
140. James McCall
Pressure is on.
158.
Is Alcinas going to pick up his first win of the night?
78. Toni require 44.
The last opportunity.
Game shot on the match.
It goes.
Toni Alcinas.
And he battled hard there, did James Richardson, but it just wasn't enough in the end. How on earth do you lose a match like that over 7 legs with 101.27 average? Superior in every department except the important one. 4 out of 4 on the doubles, 100% for Toni Alcinas, and he picks up his first win. Right, we're going to be back with our final game of the night. Dan Reed against Conor Heneghan. Good morning and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League for our final match of the evening, and it is Dan Reid against Conor Heneghan. Confirmation of the win there for Alcinas, keeping him in the mix. Remember, it's the top three from this group after tomorrow night's or this evening's final session. Should I say Friday night?
Looks like it's Dan to throw first.
To avoid confusion,
Game
but
on.
a chance for Dan Reid to go through the card like Justin Smith did today, unbeaten.
137.
Don't forget, we're back at 9:30 a.m. around about eight and a half hours for
60.
the conclusion of Group C. Back at 10 p.m. for the conclusion of this Group B.
45.
Edgar safely through to Saturday night's final after winning Group A over Tuesday and Wednesday.
$59. $140. $95. $100.
Super final darts, squeezed it in. Dan Reid's going to leave tops.
125. Conor requires 76.
76 for Conor for the break, and he's going to get one dart at tops.
Game
Brilliant.
shot on the first leg. Conor Heneghan.
Finish from Conor Heneghan, 76 out, and it is a break of throw in leg one.
Second leg, Conor to throw first. Game on. $97. $59. $125. $100.
Our opening match in the morning. Will be Gary Blades
59.
against the unbeaten player in Group C, Justin Smith.
140. $125.
Hogan come up short in his attempt to go unbeaten in the session. In his final match is the same fate.
81. Conor requires
that happened
95.
to Dan Reid.
$57. Daniel require
He's gonna have to take out
121.
1-2-1 to avoid going 2-0 down.
$53. Conor require 38. Game shot on the second leg. Conor Heneghan.
Back-to-back legs for Conor Heneghan has given him a 2-0 lead. Dan Reid right up against it.
Third leg, Dan to throw first. Game on. $134.
say, setbacks pave the way for getbacks.
140.
Here's the get back. Going to start in leg 3 for Dan Reed.
100. 95. 77. 43. 100.
Down to 90 after 12.
40.
Himself a
Then you require
bit
90.
of breathing space here. Tops.
50. 81. Then you require 40. Game shot on the third leg.
No
Dan
problem this
Reed.
time, and it is a 16 dart hold advantage though, still with the Irishman. He's got that all-important breaker throw. Leads 2-1.
Fourth leg Conor to throw first. Game on. 95. 95. 97. 140. 139.
The 25 leaves 170. 114. The 619s left at 195.
46. Conor Heneghan 170. 145.
He went for it. I don't blame him.
125. Conor Heneghan 25. Game shot on the fourth leg. Conor
A
Heneghan.
little bit of pressure from Dan Reed. He pops the 988 for 3-1 in control.
Fifth leg Dan to throw first. Game on.
Both players averaging
100.
a shade over 93.
100. 100. 134.
Conor does know he has the darts in the next leg
100.
to win it. I think he just wants to get it done here and now.
45. 68. 58. Daniel Carr 133. 93. Conor Heneghan 164.
This will be some way to win it. Needed the 2 treble 19s and ball.
57. Daniel Heneghan 40. Game shot on the fifth leg.
And Reed
Dan
finds
Reed.
tops. And here comes the key leg for Conor Heneghan. He has the darts in the 6th. Can he serve it out?
Sixth leg Conor to throw first.
Winning
Game on.
for Conor. We'll move him into 3rd position on 4 points.
180.
Like that, didn't he? And rightly so.
125. 180.
Again. He found the treble 20 last time. He was on the 9 and missed the treble 19.
180. Conor Heneghan 141.
Poor Hinks will end up with a throat like mine. And end up sounding like Russ Bray.
82. 83. Conor Heneghan 59.
To wrap it up in some style, tops for an 11 dart leg.
Game shot on the match.
And in it
Conor
goes.
Heneghan.
And he closes the show with back-to-back 180s and a 12 dart leg. Good performance from Reed, 97.23, but not enough to contain Conor Heneghan. Left himself a little bit too much to do. Well, he couldn't go through the card like Paul Hogan. Both players losing their final match of the session, but both in a great position going into tonight's final stages of Group B. We're back in around about 8 hours for the conclusion of Group C with Gary Blades and Justin Smith. We'll see you then.